Henry and Mudge and the Forever Sea by Cynthia Ryland, illustrated by Susie Stevenson. Okay, so have you ever been by the ocean or the sea? If not, you're going to learn a lot about the animals and the weather and the environment there. Here's our table of contents. To the beach, the Forever Sea, Brave Dog, and Goodbye Crab. To the beach. So remember, you can pause, you can look, and you can see if you bring the same things to the beach when you go. And if you've never been, you can look to see what kind of things you need to take. It was summer vacation, and Henry and his big dog Mudge were going to the beach, and Mudge had never been to the beach. Henry promised he would like it. "You'll like the waves," he said, "and the sandcastles and the shells, but don't drink the water," he warned, "too salty." They went in the car with Henry's father, and in Henry's bag were green goggles, a yellow bucket, an orange shovel, and a dump truck. In Mudge's bag there was a blue bowl, a jug of water, half a bone, and a tennis ball. In Henry father's bag there was a book about shells, 6 towels, a red rubber lobster he liked to bring along. They sang sea songs all the way. Henry's father said, "Yo ho ho," about 100 times. Henry acted like a shark. Mudge just wagged. They couldn't wait to get there. Remember, you can pause and look at that picture. New chapter. The Forever Sea. "I see it," Henry shouted, and the ocean was waiting. It was blue and white and forever. Remember, you can pause and look to see if this is the same experience you had, or if you've never been, you can pause and see what it looks like. Henry's father honked the car horn, and Mudge barked. They parked the car and ran for the sand. Mudge got there first. He ran right into the water. Splash. Henry was second. Splash. Henry's father was third. Splash. The white foam rushed around their legs. They laughed and hopped and ran. A big wave knocked Henry down. He rolled all the way back to shore. "Wow," said Henry. He got up and ran back in. And Henry's father rode a wave like he was a surfboard. He rode it all the way back to the shore. "Wow," he said. He got up and ran back in. And Mudge was not as brave as Henry and Henry's father. He just ran along the edge, and he stayed out of the big waves. He's got his rubber lobster. But still, he got so wet that he looked like a whale with legs. They all played a long time. New chapter. Brave Dog. For lunch, Henry and Mudge and Henry's father walked to a hot dog stand. Henry had a hot dog with ketchup, and Henry's father had a hot dog with ketchup, mustard, and onions, and slaw, and chili, and cheese. "Wow, look at that." "Yuck," said Henry. Mudge had 3 hot dogs plain in one gulp. After lunch, Henry and his father began to build a sandcastle. Henry made the moats, and a moat is the ditch around the castle where the water goes through. Henry's father made the towers. Mudge made a nice bed and went to sleep. When the castle was finished, Henry's father stuck his red rubber lobster on the tallest tower. Then he and Henry clapped their hands. Suddenly, a giant wave washed far on the sand, and it covered everything. It covered the moats, and it covered the towers. It covered Mudge, who woke up. "Oops," said Henry. "Save that lobster," cried Henry's father, and the water was pulling it out to sea. Mudge ran and jumped in the waves. He caught the lobster before it was lost forever. "Good dog," said Henry's father. "Brave dog," said Henry. They all had cherry snow cones to celebrate. All right, last chapter. Goodbye Crab. At the end of the day, it was time to say goodbye to the ocean. Henry and Mudge and Henry's father walked along the sand, watching the orange sunset, watching the water sparkle green and yellow. And suddenly a crab popped out from under the sand. It came up sideways, very fast, so fast that Mudge nearly stepped on it. "Look out, Mudge," Henry said, and Mudge stopped and put his nose to the sand. The crab looked at him, and he looked at the crab. "I can't tell if that is the front of the crab or the back of the crab," said Henry's father. "And think about why that would be. Why would a crab have pincers on both ends? You don't know where the head is. Is it trying to be sneaky to its predators?" Suddenly, the crab ran sideways away from them. Mudge chased it and popped back under the sand. Henry looked at its new hole. "Wow," he said. "Wow," said his father. Mudge stuck his nose into the hole, but nobody came out. "Since we can't have crab for dinner," said Henry's father, "I guess we'll have to have another cherry snow cone." Henry cheered and hugged him. As they walked down the sand, Mudge stuck his nose into every hole he saw. But nobody ever came out.